Hey everyone, Dana here. Okay, so when I do something to my body, to my outward appearance, when I style, adorn, decorate myself in some way, whether that's putting my hair up in a certain way or having it a certain style or wearing makeup or particular clothes or any other number of things, piercings, for example, there is a smorgasbord of different reasons why I might be doing those things. So maybe it's for utility, ease, practicality, like when I wear a backpack to go grocery shopping. Maybe it's for comfort, like when I put on one of my biggest, coziest sweatshirts to curl up on the couch. Maybe it's for self-expression, like when I was around 9 years old and I started wearing 2 different colored socks, like on the regular, red sock, green sock, blue sock. And this became a part of my look. I was the kid who wore 2 different color socks, at least for a little while. That was me. I became known for it. And I can even remember there was this one day where I think we had some kind of a band performance or something. I don't really remember. But anyway, I needed to dress up a little bit nicer, wear like a bit of a nicer dress. And I still wanted to wear 2 different color socks, even with that outfit. And I did by picking out a very, very dark green sock and pairing it with a very, very dark blue sock. And I didn't think anybody would know that I was still wearing 2 different colored socks, but I would. I would know. So yeah, self-expression. Actually, maybe also a little bit of ease rolled in there as well, because in my memory, this all started with the 2 different colored socks because I decided that I didn't feel like matching my socks together again after they had been washed. I decided that it would be easier to just throw them all in the drawer and then pick out any 2 socks. But then that grew into me doing a thing, wearing 2 different socks and yeah, like expressing myself with that. Sometimes I've realized I also do these same kinds of things, like put on makeup, do my hair a certain way, wear certain clothes, etc., to try to fit in, to try to be liked, or to meet some kind of unattainable beauty standard, perhaps now that I think about it, as a way to try to fit in with others or to fit in with myself, to accept myself. Because I learned that I couldn't always like myself as I was. Yeah. So as a way of getting acceptance from others, from myself, inclusion, wanting to be liked, self-worth, those kinds of things as well. Now, I would say that for most of my life, I didn't really sit there and analyze why I was doing these things like I am now. I just sort of did them. Now, however, I really like trying to think about and trying to figure out, like, why am I doing what it is that I'm doing? What needs is it that I'm trying to meet? With the emphasis on the word trying to figure that out, because sometimes I've noticed it can be a little bit difficult for me to parse out exactly why I'm doing what it is that I'm doing. Like, am I doing my makeup primarily as a form of self-expression or because of beauty standards? Am I doing it as a strategy to have acceptance from myself or from others? Or because I love it that way? Or like, is it a mix of those things or a mix of a bunch of other reasons? Sometimes I'm just not able to tease apart all the layers. And I guess I'm okay with that. The way I've been thinking about it now is that for me, it's more about asking the question and thinking about it and seeing what I am able to figure out, and then also being okay with not always having an exact answer, which doesn't always make explaining my thoughts and feelings to other people easy, because I mean, if I'm struggling to answer to myself why I am doing something, then how am I supposed to explain it to someone else? And plus, the more I think about it, the more layers, hair pun by the way, definitely intended, I often discover are there. In any case, though, I come away with a better understanding of myself than before having asked the question. And then I can also think about what I want to do with what I do figure out. Like if I realize that what I'm doing is for acceptance or self-love, I can think about, okay, well, what do I want to do with that information? You know, do I want to keep doing that thing? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe start trying to find a different strategy. Maybe, maybe not. Depends on where I am in my life. And yeah, but I can at least now think about it. But okay, so speaking of why questions and hair, why do I have this strong desire to chop off my hair? Which leads me to another question. Why have I had hair this length and longer the last few years? Because I mean, if I think about it, I haven't had shorter hair since, interesting. Since I started creating regularly scheduled videos here on YouTube in 2014. I wonder if the two are related somehow. So the thing is, when I started putting out regularly scheduled videos here on YouTube in 2014, I had shorter hair. And over time, my hair got longer and 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 longer. And I would say that at some point, my longer hair became a kind of security blanket for me. Putting myself out there in videos for hundreds, and then thousands, and then hundreds of thousands, and then sometimes even literal millions of people to see and comment on, I felt a bunch of different things, a bunch of different feelings in relation to that, including excited, thrilled, overjoyed, so grateful, and also vulnerable, nervous, self-conscious, self-doubt. Yeah, so much self-doubt. Heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of self-doubt. Did I mention self-doubt? Because also definitely self-doubt. So one reason for the hair, I was needing security. I was wanting something to give me a kind of security blanket. Something that I could both hide behind, kind of literally at times, because if I wanted to, I could drape my hair over me and hide in it. And also something that helped me to feel more confident and secure in myself. And I think it's kind of funny actually, because I can think of another time in my life where I got my hair cut into a pixie style cut as a way to feel more secure and confident in myself. So trying to do the same thing, but now it was just the opposite. Now it was my longer hair that was serving that purpose. Another reason is I liked it. I liked my longer hair. I still do. It's just, okay, have you ever experienced it where you have an outfit? No. Have you ever experienced it where you see an outfit that you like? You objectively like the outfit. But when you put it on you and you look in the mirror, you just don't feel like it fits you, like it fits your personality. Although you still do objectively like the outfit itself, wearing the outfit is more like wearing a costume than wearing something that expresses you. Let me know in the comments if that makes any sense. I would say that's like in the direction of how I'm feeling about my hair right now. Plus it uses more shampoo and it takes longer for me to blow dry. And yeah, my longer hair just isn't giving me the support that it once gave me. In fact, it feels more like a weight on my head than a safety blanket. So, goodbye.
Goodbye, hair. Goodbye. Ah, yay. Goodbye. Goodbye to my hair. Goodbye. Goodbye to my hair. Goodbye. Huh, now what's happening there? It's a little crooked, I am aware. Okay, in the mirror I will go compare. Goodbye to my hair. Goodbye to my hair.
Okay, so I've cut the hair off. I cut my hair. I cut my hair. I cut my hair. This, however, is not the final look, but I have no idea how long it's going to take me to finish doing this. And I'm not a hairdresser. I've simply watched some YouTube videos on this. So I'm actually going to go do this part off camera where I have a mirror and not looking into my computer screen. And I'm also hungry, so I'd like to eat something. And then I'll come back, I'm thinking, with my hair like styled, I guess, and we'll see how it looks. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, I did it. I did it. I did it well. Okay. Stefan and I did it. I thought that I was going to be able to do this myself. I wasn't. It was basically a group effort between Stefan and I. He did a lot of the cutting, and I said, there's still a bunch here that's too long, and there's still one here. Anyway, we did it together, and it's done now, and I love it. I love it. I love it. It feels so fresh, and when I said I wanted to style it, I wanted to put some curls in it with the curling iron. I didn't do that yet because it is around 4:45 p.m. and I finished filming the last segment at around 2:30 p.m. So it took some time. Okay, don't mind if you can hear the washing machine in the background. I did end up styling my hair and I just wanted to come in. Okay, so that's it. The washing machine's running. And I guess I could have sat in the chair, but I'm kind of excited. All of this, I feel so much excitement. I'm tired. So my question for you is, what are your thoughts on what I said in this video in general? And have you ever done anything to your style or to how you look, whether that's a haircut or the clothes that you wear or anything else, in order to try to feel more confident? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I don't remember what I used to say at the end. What do I say at the end? It's been a little while since I filmed a video. Thanks so much for watching. You can also follow me over on Instagram @WantedAdventure. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen.